Hey everybody, I want to go over Module 5 with you. It can be a little bit tricky. Right now I am in Lesson 1 of Module 5, and this is the lesson where you're going to be identifying the topic that you're going to be researching. So you are going to identify a challenge or success of a person that's attempting to achieve their American dream. So this could be somebody famous, this could be somebody in history, this could be just somebody that you're going to be able to find research about. So you want to be able to think about somebody that you will actually be able to get some information on and think about what their American dream is. Their American dream doesn't need to be a traditional one. It can be really anything, just them achieving success and living what they see as their American dream. All right, so once you have that person, then you're going to narrow that down. So sometimes people will say like, oh, I want Walt Disney. Well, if we narrow that down, we can maybe look at how did Walt Disney's childhood have an impact on his American dream journey. And so your project would focus on his childhood. Another example is Noah Trevor. Well, how did Noah Trevor's experiences in South Africa affect his American dream journey? So think about ways that you can narrow down that person once you think of a person. You know, like I've had somebody do Oprah Winfrey in the past. That's great, but not just Oprah Winfrey at large, but like what about her specific journey do you want to focus on? And then you'll be able to go back and type your 300-word paragraph about their American dream and why you want to learn about it. Make sure it's not too broad. This focus part is very important in this very first assignment. You're going to go back and then you will be able to submit that first one. Assignments 2, 3, and 4 are all based off of the same little spreadsheet, or sorry, slideshow that you're going to see in the next assignment. So it's talking about how you know, for lesson 1 that you have already found your American dream person, right? And then what you're going to do for these 3 assignments. So make sure that for all 3 assignments, you have 3 quotes from a source, and that you use a different source type for each of the 3 projects. So this will make more sense once you see what you're doing. But just remember, every assignment for these 3 needs 3 quotes and a different source type. And then the other thing is, as you choose a project type to explain your information, you want to select a different project type for each of the 3 projects. So you have 3 quotes, a different source type, and a different project for each of your 3 assignments. Always use MLA format, always use proper grammar. So here are your 4 choices for sources. You are only going to pick 3 of the 4. So you could have a person that you interview. Maybe you know somebody that's an expert on the topic that you chose. You could have a digital source. This could be something that you're finding online. You could have a print source. You may go to your school library or local library. Maybe you have a book on hand at home about the person that you're going to be focusing on. So any sort of print source will work. And then literary sources are going to be stories, poems, any sort of literature written about this person. So it could be something that we have read in class. It could be something, you know, any sort of literature that will focus on that and help you tell the story of this person. So I've given you some more explanations of what those source types are. And then here are your project choices. So you're going to be picking 3 of these. And remember, each one is going to use a different source for the information. So maybe you're going to create an infographic on Canva. And if you're not sure what that is, they have all kinds of templates set up for you. So you would just go in and edit the information. And maybe you'll use your print source for that one. Maybe you want to do a more creative writing one, and maybe you would use the literary source for this. Like maybe it's going to be you're going to write a poem and you're going to use a poem as your source. You can do videos, slideshows, newscasts. There's all kinds of different things here. If you like more written-based options, there's a few options you can pick. If you like more creative options, there's options there. So you're going to pick a total of 3 of these to do. And then here is your submission checklist. Every time you turn one of these in, just make sure that you've done all 4 of these things. So you've used one of your 4 sources, and you have to use a different type for each of the 3. that you followed all the directions on the choice board, so on that last slide that we just looked at, and that you used correct grammar, language, speaking skills, if you're writing it or if you're presenting it, maybe it's a video. And then, of course, make sure that you use MLA format. If you have references, make sure that you're putting citations in there for your works cited. If you have any questions about how to do this unit, this module, just let me know. I know it can be a little bit tricky. Good luck!